Oh,
All right. Wow. We got a lot of items here. A lot of preparation going on. So, what do we got going on today?
okay. I have this hot sauce, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the head cheese, and this one is made out of the pork snout.
Okay.
And I didn't know what to do with it,
Mm-hmm.
but it was marked down to 99 cents for 1 whole pound.
Wow.
So I figure I buy it first
Find
and figure
something
out
to
what
do
I'm
with
going
it.
to do with it, right? So when I cut it open and tasted, it was hot and sour. It's very, very spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot eat it by itself. So I figure, what can I do with it? Then I remember in Taiwan we have this meat sauce, basically made from the ground pork,
Mm-hmm.
but usually fatty and with the skin on it, fatty pork with the skin on it. And then when they grind it up and when they cook it over the long time, it creates a lot of collagen.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the sauce extra velvety.
Wow.
Very good on the rice. But since in the United States you cannot buy hardly any meat with the skin on still,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely nobody will grind it for you. So I figure since this one is full of collagen, then why not marry the Taiwanese meat sauce with this? So that takes care of the spiciness and the sourness,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll mellow it out, and then we have a good velvety meat sauce.
Okay.
So right now I have 6 pounds of ground pork, and I actually have 8 pounds of the sauce, and I'm hoping to make 7 to 8 quarts of spicy meat sauce. And what I use to flavor up the meat sauce is 1 cup of soy sauce with 1 cup of water.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the chopped shiitake mushroom.
How much mushroom is that?
Well, I don't know. Whatever float your boat.
Whatever you feel like. Okay.
And lots of garlic.
Okay.
That's 2 bulbs of garlic chopped up.
Mm-hmm.
And here's about a 2-inch long piece of ginger chopped up.
Okay.
And this is deep fried shallots that you could get them in the Chinese grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
It's optional. You don't have to have it. But you must have 5 spice powder.
Wow. Okay.
Okay? And what we're going to do first is we're gonna brown the ground meat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I have jars in the oven ready for sterilization,
Okay.
and I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way.
So what you're planning on doing is canning all this
Mm-hmm.
when it's done. Okay.
Yes. And then I got the lids right here ready to be heated up. Then I got my 8.5 quart pot. Once I brown up the meat, I'm going to put it all in there
Okay.
to cook it up. And once it's all done, then I'll can it. Right? And love this thing.
With this.
Yes. This
Why?
actually helps make your meat,
So
ground meat.
So it's
Comes
like,
apart.
Is it rubber or is it plastic or what?
No, this is a silicone cover.
Oh, okay.
So that won't stick, but
Mhm.
but it helps you break up the meat. Where if you use the spatula, it takes forever. You work to death.
Okay.
So this will help it breaks up.
Ah.
So
gotcha.
okay, then I'm gonna start browning this and show you in between later. Okay, now I'm browning the last 2 pounds of pork, and now I'm gonna add my ginger. Garlic, and mushroom, or shiitake mushroom. And that will help develop the flavor.
Help develop the flavor of the pork.
And the mushroom and the garlic. It actually kind of like marry all the different flavor together.
Now, can you tell me what's going on over here?
Those are I have 4 pounds of ground pork in there and 2 pounds of sauce that I put together. And when I'm done with this batch of ground pork, I'm going to add it to that and add more sauce to it. And then add the soy sauce. And also I need to put some five spice in the meat. I actually put some in there too as I'm going. And it's, you know, there's no particular amount, you know, maybe a teaspoon or so or more, you know. You could go by the smell, you know. Some people like it, some people don't like it as much. So you could adjust that later on. Yeah, my recipe don't have any particular amount of any spices or whatever. Basically, you just go by the smell, the taste, the feel, you know.
And I wanted to take a moment. Oh, you can add that in now? Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and add it all to here and then mix it with that.
Real quick, I wanted to show you. She wasn't kidding when she bought all the sauce. For 99 cents a pound? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Wow. And I gotta tell you, I tried the sauce by itself, and it was just like...
It's horrible.
I don't mind sour, but that was just way...
that was very, very, very spicy.
Way
very
beyond
spicy.
Anything I could handle. But when she adds it with the pork and everything,
now
I gotta tell you that this spicy sauce that she makes, it is so good over noodles. It's so good over rice. Even though we try to stay away from carbs as much as possible, but you know, unfortunately, we still have to have them every so often. Especially when something as good as this needs to go with it, right?
Mm-hmm. Get all the flavor out.
Mm-hmm.
Need some heavy duty wooden spoon now. These won't work now. Too wimpy.
So the sauce basically, it kind of melts. It melts into the rest of the meat then, right?
Mm-hmm. Kind of turn into a sauce, like thick sauce. But I can't have it at the bottom because it's got so much collagen, it will actually burn at the bottom.
Okay. So it is collagen that's
Collagen is what is the material or ingredient that in your body that makes
substance.
Substance that make up. It's in all your cells, especially your skin. So when you eat enough collagen, your skin will be nice and clear and supple. That's just one of the superficial benefit, you know. So if you eat enough animal fat and enough animal collagen, you pretty much don't need any lotion, so to speak. See these?
Yeah, we were just noticing
No lotion.
Noticing how, you know, your hands and your arms actually look really good. And you haven't been using any lotion for a while, right?
I think when I used to eat heart healthy diet, my skin was bone dry
And cracking.
and cracking, and I get rash all the time. And now I eat all the animal fat and animal collagen that I could get. I have not. I think I went through maybe not even a third of a bottle of lotion in 2 years.
Wow.
Where it used to be, I had to go through 2-3 bottles of body lotion in just one winter.
And collagen is kind of like a big craze going on now, isn't it?
Yes.
Everybody's talking about collagen as a
Yeah, collagen powder.
rejuvenating or something like that.
Yep. So how about do it this way, by eating it?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
It's the way I like to do it.
Eat your health.
Yep.
Eat for your health.
Food is medicine.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm going to put more sauce in there since I only had 2 pounds in there. I want to put at least 6 pounds in there. You just dump it in there. I think at this time, I want to add some water. I don't want to add too much soy sauce. Make sure that it's not too salty.
Yeah.
All right, come back in a few minutes.
That's what I figured. We'll come back after you've done struggled with this a little bit more.
Well, I'm going to let it melt.
Okay. So, what are we looking at?
This is after the sauce has dissolved and mixed into with the ground pork. So right now this is 6 pounds of ground pork and 4 pounds of sauce. And then if you look closely, you could see that it's these little pieces right there. That's the skin. That's the pork skin. But it will dissolve once I
Basically,
longer.
everything in there that's shiny is collagen, right?
Yep.
Wow.
See how shiny it looks? So anyhow, I'm going to put at least 2 more packs of sauce in there. And then I'll test it and see how it tastes like. If it's if it's just right for the sourness and the saltiness, then I probably stop at 4, like 1-to-1 ratio of pork and ground pork and sauce. And if it tastes still pretty mild, then I might add the other 2 pounds.
Now, where did you find the sauce at?
It was actually closed out sale at the Kroger.
So, don't even know if they make this anymore.
Somebody is making them. It's just that they're not selling them at our local Kroger. I don't know where to find them again, though. But it's a similar, like I say, it's a similar to the head cheese. So if you ever come across something like that, this is what you can use besides making sandwiches out of it.
True.
Well, make sure you stir from the bottom. You don't want it to burn on you. then this whole pot will be wasted. Alright, let's try how this tastes. Here, you taste it.
Oh, okay.
Can't see you. There you go.
Ooh, ooh, wow. So good. But that's spicy. That'd definitely be good with rice and or noodles.
Alright, so I don't think I'll add any more sauce to that.
Ooh.
I think I might go ahead and put them in the jar, and I might go ahead and put them in the pressure canner, just for the reason that I could still taste the bits of the snout, but it's still a little too firm. And if I put it in the pressure canner, it would help soften up.
So if you look at it right now, it actually looks like a stew of some kind.
But then again, you know, the canner actually can. If I do it in the canner, it just gets soupy. So I might leave it on the stove top and let it do slowly. Because certain things comes out better in the over the stove top.
Yeah.
So I may still go ahead and leave it on the stove top and let it cook slowly until.
I think you should do that.
Yeah, I think
that way
I
it doesn't
will
get
do
so
that.
soupy.
Yeah, because I had to add more water to it as it is.
Right.
You know, and it's salty enough, so I'm not even gonna use any of the rest of that soy sauce.
Okay. But oh man, it is good.
And then, you know, when you're ready to eat them, you know, then you could have like chopped green onions and put on top of it once you put the sauce on top of your noodles or your rice. You know. So there you go. I'm gonna let it slow cook. We'll come back in 2 hours maybe.
Alright, what are we doing?
I'm gonna put it in sterilized jars and can it up the ancient way. Basically everything's hot. You put it up as you turn that up for as you fill it up for as high as you can, like leaving only half-inch space. Maybe even forward. Clean the edge. And then wipe it with the vinegar. You did lid. Put that aside. Well, it's time to try our spicy meat sauce to go with noodles or pasta. So there's just array of choices. Start from here. This is the mung bean thread, but it's actually made with the potato starch and mung bean starch. I tried it the other day with the fire pot. This is mainly for fire pot, or they say for salad. It's actually quite chewy or al dente like, like basically it doesn't get mushy. So it's actually pretty enjoyable to eat. Kind of bouncy, when you bite into it. So that would make good with our spicy meat sauce. Or you could use this tricolor rotini. The spiral in it will pick up the sauce really, really good. Or you could use the typical rice noodles. Or you could use, if you don't have any of that, you could use spaghetti, thin one cooks faster. Or you could use the instant Korean shin ramen. Or you could use these Taiwanese plain noodles, just made from flour and water and maybe a little bit of salt. These are what they call the medium size, and then here's the thick one. These are almost like fettuccine size. And only thing I don't like it is that when you put in a boiling water, it always like to stick together, and then they don't get done well. So that's why I still got this much, and almost like I don't want to eat them. I don't want to cook them.
Right.
And but these are actually exactly the same noodles, except one cut wider than the other one. And actually these are my favorite noodles. I could probably tell you a story about it. As a kid, one time my father didn't come home for 3 days, and we had nothing to eat. And the second day, or the first day, the neighbors kind of fed us. And the second day, one of his friends came over looking for him, and I shamelessly tell him that our father didn't come home and we have no food to eat. And he gave us a nickel each, me and my 3 brothers. So we got 20 cents total. And back then, a nice bowl of noodle soup at the sidewalk noodle stand would cost a nickel. So instead of taking my brothers to go eat a bowl of noodle soup each, I took the money from them, and I went to store, and I bought a pack of noodles about I would say about this big, but maybe this much here, like that, and it was about this, maybe a little bit shorter, and then wrapped in paper. For a nickel. I come home, I cook the whole pack in salt water, and that's all we have, with just salt water, no soup, no broth, no nothing. I feed my brothers. And I too take the other 15 cents and went and bought candies and whatever to sell to our neighborhood kids. And that was during the summer break. So by the end of the summer, I was able to make $1.50 a day just by selling candy to other kids. And the money I make, I use it to buy food to feed my brothers. So these are my lifesavers. Unfortunately, these are too thick, and I don't like them. It's hard to cook.
But they hold the sauce real well, though.
They actually do. They do hold the sauce. But the thin one is easier to cook, and they don't stick together as much as that. So now, if you just want this tricolor rotini, then you don't need this cabbage and like I would stir fry either Chinese cabbage or regular cabbage for the side. I mean to kind of go in with the noodles. So this will go good with this noodles, with that noodles, or with this instant noodles, or this one. Just don't go good with that.
Or the spaghetti.
Spaghetti, actually you could get away with it, because then you could say that it's just regular noodles. So, which one you decide?
I think I want to try the tricolor rotini.
Okay. I'm still gonna make that for me.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to have it.
All right.
Matter of fact, You're not allowed to have them.
Okay, I won't touch it then. And
So-
then we'll come back once that's done and do a taste test.
And I already got the water going, and then when this is done, and while the pasta is being cooked, I'm gonna cook that. And then once the pasta is done, then I'm gonna heat up the sauce, and I'll show you how you could do it one pot without even really have to dirty up any more pot.
Cool.
All right. Well, we'll see you later.
Okay.
All right. So while I'm making this vegetable, I decided to put some of the meat sauce in there. You can see that it's melting away right there.
What'd you put in so far? Just carrots? What is it?
Yeah, carrots.
Peppers?
That your homegrown
Cayenne?
hot pepper. No, not cayenne.
Oh.
And then garlic, and then chopped green onion, and my favorite little shrimpy in there. Right there, you can see.
The dried shrimp.
Then I put a spoon of the meat sauce in there. See, it's missing one spoon. And then put the stem part of the Napa cabbage or Chinese cabbage. You see, I shredded it kind of thin. You cook them first, so that the leaf portion is not like overcooked. And then while the stem part is still too crunchy. Some people like it crunchy. I don't like it crunchy. And put a teaspoon of sea salt on it. Put cover on and let it go. And let's check the noodles, the pasta here. I know some people always say, make sure you put enough water in there, but I'm using distilled water, and I didn't want to waste distilled water because I'm going to wind up tossing it out anyway, so there you go. Okay, didn't take long, only a few minutes. The stem part is already softened.
Yeah, looks good just with the stems.
Now we're going to put the leaves in there. And again, put just a little bit more salt on top. And then this way it's easier to toss, because otherwise everything just, what's on top stay on top and what's on the bottom stay in the bottom. Nothing gets mixed. That's why the wok makes good for stir frying, but the American stove is not made for the wok. So you do what you can. Wow, the frying pan just kind of went wah 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 wah. There's like no heat at all. So wimpy.
Sounds like it's coming back.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Now we gotta check the pasta, see if it's done yet. Let me try one. It's maybe another minute, and then I'll drain it out, Then I'll heat the sauce in there. Little soy sauce, as always, and little sesame oil. And a couple shakes of hondashi. Replacement for MSG, enhance the flavor. So, cabbage is ready. We wait for the pasta to get done.
Yeah, looks like we're ready already.
Yep, ready. Alright, come this way. And I'm gonna drain it. You just
We'll focus over here while she drains that.
okay. Return my empty pot. Turn the heat down. And here's my meat sauce. Yeah. Alright, might as well all the way in.
We're going all in.
And I add a little bit of distilled water so it don't get burned at the bottom.
Yeah, because it's real thick right now, right?
Mm-hmm. It's all the collagen from the pork snout, I guess. Isn't that what they call the sauce, right?
Sauce.
Yeah. So that's where all when it gelled up, that's all the collagen come from the pork skin, which is the best collagen for human. The Japanese scientists have figured it out that the pig's collagen it's more similar to the human, so that the human can actually benefit from that collagen, where we couldn't get it from anything else. And don't let them make you believe that the plant-based collagen is good for you. I mean, it's good for make you go poop, you know, but that's about it. But the animal collagen is what our body needs. Now see, if you didn't have those sauce to make the meat sauce with, what you can do is you could take like say either a chunk of fresh ham area, you know, the leg portion, and have it like ground it up with the skin. If you could talk anybody into grind it for you with the skin, or you could, if you have grinder, you grind it yourself. So make it like big chunks, like almost what they call the chili ground. And or you cut it by hand, cut into small pieces, and then you could cook it yourself, you know, with the star anise and 5 spice, and let's see what else. That's basically those, and you know, the garlic, ginger, you know, the Chinese.
And spice it up as much as you want.
And you know, or you don't have to.
Yeah.
Right, and what you do is you brown the meat first. In what they do, the caramel sauce, like caramel coloring, with the sugar and all sugar and oil. And once that turns into like a caramel, then you put your pork in there and you stir it, fry it, you know, until the oil kind of comes out of the pork as well. Then you put your liquid in there, you put your seasoning spices in there, and then you put soy sauce and liquid, and then you let it simmer on. Once you bring it to boil, and you simmer for as long as you want. And that collagen would release from the pork skin, that would help thickens it. so that even though when it's hot, it's liquidy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very gelatinous. So that when you have a hot bowl of rice and you put that sauce on top, it just coats the rice
Yes.
so well, you know. But maybe I'll try to find a way to make one from scratch next time instead of cheating using the sauce and the.
Well,
and
you
the
can't really
ground
find
pork.
it anymore now, can you? Or do you still have more?
I still got more, but
okay.
I'm talking about making it from scratch without the sauce.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know, because that's just how I make use of things that I found I can find locally.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you know, I bought up when they discontinue. I bought them all up,
Right,
you know,
right.
and that they don't carry them anymore. But anyhow, you know, that's another way of making your money last. You know, like I say, I bought those sauce. It cost, you know, $1 for a whole pound, and then I bought some ground pork, you know, and a few other items, you know, seasonings, and I make into a big pot of sauce, and I could, you know, can it away. You know, you gotta make your money last.
Right.
You know, to me, it seems like people don't respect their own hard work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you work so hard for your money. Why are you not making your money last? You know, if it take you a whole month to make that money, you better have that money last longer than a month. You know, because otherwise, you'll be a slave. All right. Anyhow, it's heating up. Let's see. And then once it's boiled, I want it to be boiled, and then I'll put the pasta in there, and then we can mix in the cabbage if we want to. All right, a couple more minutes. Well, the sauce is boiling away, so let's add the pasta to it. Let's mix it in. See, this way you have the pasta done al dente, and then you drain it off. You mix it with your sauce, any kind of sauce you make, whether it's spaghetti sauce or Alfredo sauce. This way the sauce will get soaked into your pasta or your noodles, and they make them taste so much better. I think I need something besides the chopsticks. All the sauce stay in the bottom. So basically that's done. You could heat it up a little bit more if you want, or as it is, that's good enough. So let's see from here. This. Okay, ready to serve. Just put the pasta into the bowl. And you can see that it's picking up the meat sauce. And we're gonna make this, how you call, West meet the East. I put some Chinese cabbage on top of it. So that way you have everything. So there you go. Look like a mess, but I know it'll taste good. And you could put a little bit of cilantro on top if you like. Make it prettier. Bon appetit.